All right, welcome back to the interview area. We are joined by Michael Thorbjorsen. Michael, obviously a lot of attention this week given you're a local kid. Talk about what it meant to qualify for this U.S. Open.
It definitely meant a lot. I think it was 5 years ago or so when I found out that U.S. Open was going to be played here, and at that moment I made it my goal to qualify for this event. And then college season didn't end on such a high note, but having that qualifier a couple days after NC2As definitely motivated to come out, play some good golf, and fortunately made it through in a 8-for-3 playoff.
Coming out of a college season like that, how do you prepare for a major championship like this?
I'm not really sure. I think the best way, is to just take it as just another event, not try and change too much with my game plan, how I practice. So just trying to take it as just another M event, another college event.
Jeff, right here on your right.
Michael, what's your history with this golf course? How many times have you played it, et cetera, et cetera?
I've played her one time, around 6 years ago, the championship course. Definitely different than how they're setting up the course this week. But I've heard amazing things about this place. Played 9 holes yesterday, 18 today. It's a very difficult course, but it's manageable. I don't think there's going to be any extremely low scores, but you can definitely make par on everyone.
We're going to go here to Thomas on your left.
Hey, Mike. Welcome back. What was it like to come out here with the whole entourage? You had probably the biggest group following on the course. You got on your bag as your best friend and high school friend here, Drew. What was it like having everyone from Wellesley come and support you?
Oh, it felt great. It feels like a home event, and that's why. It feels really good just having all the support. It's kind of nerve-wracking out there. I'm just playing in the U.S. Open, especially 15 minutes away from my house, so all the help, all the support definitely helps a lot, yeah.
Right up the middle of Brentley.
So it's kind of a two-parter, but I guess first off, growing up 15 minutes from here, what took you so long to get out here and play? And then secondly, how did you view this course as a kid, especially considering that you had never played it up until a few years ago or whatever?
For that first part, why it took so long is, have you heard of the country club? Tom Brady tried to become a member here. I think it took him a long time. I'm not even sure if he actually did become a member. But I would have loved to play here as many times as I can. But, here I am now, able to play a couple times before the tournament starts. And I feel like it's definitely helped a little bit. What was your second question?
Just the mystique of this course as growing up as a kid and basically being outside the gates for so long.
Yeah, it feels really cool to be on property. Again, I've only been here like one time before. Got to see the course one time. I've had a couple dinners here. One of my good old friends from like middle school is a member here, so we've had a couple nice dinners. Gone to the pool a couple times, but this now I know what it. When people are talking about like how cool it is, I think it was the 1999 Ryder Cup. That whole experience. I was definitely too young, or I wasn't even born yet. But yeah, it feels really cool to be here.
We're going to go to the front row on your right for 2 questions.
Hi. Joe Calabra from Gulf News, Rhode Island. Obviously, the focus this week is the U.S. Open. You have the Monday qualifier, you have this. Next week, you're in the field of the Northeast Amateur at Wannamoyset. Just talk about how you balance such a busy golf schedule. Obviously, take one event at a time, but just talk about how you balance all the golf.
Yeah, I think college definitely helps with that. We have tournaments every, 2-3 weeks or so, especially during the spring season. Just really learning to, now being in the summer, I don't really have to worry about school so much, but really making sure I take care of my body. Kind of struggling with some wrist injuries right now. Going to the physio lab there definitely helps a lot. I've been in there every single day. Maybe been in there longer than I have been out on the course practicing. But yeah, just taking it day by day and just making sure everything's looking good for the next one.
Steve, go ahead.
Hey, Michael. Steve from Mass Golf. After you qualified for the U.S. Open Golf Channel, kind of put up a side-by-side with you and Francis Humet. From 1913, you're both 20-year-old amateurs, defending Mass Amateur champions. Now you're playing the U.S. Open at the Country Club. How familiar are you with We Met story, and do you kind of feel you may channel some of that energy this week?
Oh, yeah, definitely. My caddy and I, we went to the merchandise tent, I think on like Thursday or so, and we bought matching T-shirts. I think it was like 1913, Francis, like it was a silhouette of Francis and his caddy Eddie. Definitely trying to channel that energy this week. I've watched I think the greatest game ever played, maybe like 8 times. One of my favorite movies. So I think it's really cool, the position that I'm in and how it, I guess, like emulates Francis a little bit. But I mean, I'm a different person than him. I'm going to try and do the same thing that he did, and just hope for the best.
Front left over here.
Hi, Michael. Jana Bardall with the Boston Globe. Having played in the U.S. Open back in 2019, what changes do you hope to make this year? Do you think that helps you knowing what to expect at all?
Yeah, it definitely helps. The crowds are crazy. Being in Boston right now with the finals and the Celtics playing, the crowds are definitely going to be rowdy as well. But yeah, in 2019 I was 17. I guess I didn't really know what was going on then. I'm looking back at it now thinking, how did I get through that week? But yeah, I've definitely learned a lot. My game has definitely gotten a lot better. I'm just excited to go out and play on Thursday.
We're going to go right down the middle of the gym.
Michael, with this week and next week, how does it change your summer schedule?
It changed a pretty good amount. I was going to play in the Sunny-Hannah. I think it started or will start in a couple days, and then just recently got into the Travelers, which was great news. So we'll no longer be playing in the Northeast AM. But yeah, I'm just extremely grateful for these 2 opportunities to play against the best players in the world, and yeah, just really looking forward to start on Thursday.
Where does the summer take you after that?
Directly from the Travelers, I think I fly out to London for a British Open qualifier, and then that night I fly to Geneva for Arnold Palmer Cup, and then after that I basically have all of July off. Again, dealing with some wrist injuries, so hopefully that time will allow it to recover a little bit, and then if I do qualify for the Open, have that in July, but other than that, that's about it until the Western AM and the US AM in August.
Back here to Thomas in the front.
Hey, Michael. So I got to walk with your family a little bit today. Really nice to see that your dad's here. It's been 3 years since you've seen him. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's been really good. He's right there. It's been 3 years since we've been together. He's my coach. We do the best that we can, being a couple thousand miles apart. But I think it was at the USAM 2019 at Pinehurst was the last time I saw him. So it's really good to have you out here, Dad. Thanks for coming.
We're going to go back to Brentley right here.
Quickly, which wrist is it?
It's my left one.
Okay,
It's
and then
my scaphoid, like right here.
all right.
Yeah.
And then secondly, just kind of maybe give us a little bit of background between you and your caddy's relationship, kind of when you guys met, what makes you guys friends, and what made you decide to ultimately pick him to loop for you?
Yeah. So we started becoming friends, I think, in like 7th grade or so. It's actually kind of funny, I think. It was his mom that almost like set up like a play date for us to play at TPC Boston. And I guess like from there, kind of just kicked it off. Like we've been extremely close ever since. We went to IMG Academy together, freshman year of high school. And I decided to stay 2 more years after that. He came up back to Wellesley, Massachusetts for high school there. But we still stayed very close, hanging out in the summer during breaks. And then last year was the first time that he's caddied for me. Had some pretty good success. Caddied for me at the Western Am. We won that together, which was great. Made a pretty good run at it at the USAM as well. So yeah, we're just trying to keep the momentum going.
Michael, thanks so much for your time and good luck this week.
Thank you for having me.